It's 3 a.m., baby finally asleep, and you're lying there with your phone in your hand, running through a list that your brain won't let go of. Is he eating enough? The last feed fell short. Is something wrong with him? And every parent in that moment does the same thing. They Google it. Don't. I've been there. I know exactly how it ends. You open the search bar, you type what you're thinking, and within 3 minutes, you're more scared than you were before you picked up your phone. And what I've been telling every friend of mine that are expecting or just had a baby is something different. Something that AI can do in this phase that Google never will. Something that goes back a lot further than any of this technology. And I want to show you what I mean. Hi, I'm Suzy, and I simplify AI for real life. There are ways that AI can help when you have a newborn that most people haven't found yet. Not the generic productivity stuff, the real stuff, the 3 a.m. stuff, the am I doing this right stuff. I'm going to walk you through all of it. So let me start with the one that helps new moms the most immediately. When you have a newborn, everything feels random. Not unpredictable, but there's probably a pattern. Really random. Like the universe is making decisions without ever consulting you, your baby, or the 7 books you read. He fed for 8 minutes and now he's hungry again after 45 minutes. Today, he took 3 20-minute naps and looked at you like you were the problem. And most parents are logging this religiously. Baby apps, little notes, nap times, feeding times. And you do it because that's the only thing that makes you feel like you still have some control over all this. But here's the thing that nobody tells you. Having the data is not the same as understanding the data. You can log every feed for 4 weeks and then be completely lost at the end. Because you're too tired to look at it. You're inside of all this. And you can't see the pattern when you're inside of all of it. And this is exactly where AI can do something that your sleep-deprived brain can't. So take your logs, paste everything you have into AI, all the nap times, the feeding times, the wake window times, and ask AI, can you look at this and tell me what you see? Are there any patterns I'm missing? And AI will do exactly what you cannot. AI will take a step back, look at the whole picture, and find the thread. And it might say, your baby tends to feed more frequently between 4 and 6 p.m. and then he has a good nap stretch. Or there's a consistent nap that happens most mornings after 90 minutes he's awake. Or even his wake windows in the morning are shorter. He tires faster early in the day. This was in your data all the time. You just couldn't see it. And you're probably thinking, okay, I see the pattern now, but what do I do with this? And here's the thing. The pattern itself, it's not the point. The point is what seeing the pattern does to how you feel. When everything feels random, your brain thinks, I don't know what I'm doing. But when you can see a pattern, your brain thinks, okay, I'm figuring out my baby. And those are completely different emotional experiences. One is demoralizing. The other one builds something, quietly, but it builds. And for new moms, this is important. And you don't need a fancy app for this. You can just type it out. Here's what I remember from the last few weeks. Messy is fine. AI will work with whatever you give it. But this is actually the second most useful thing of the list. The most useful thing on this list is the one I'm mentioning in the opening, because the pattern finder helps you understand his rhythm. But what I'm going to talk about right now, it's something that happens when the baby is sleeping, but your brain won't stop. It's 3 a.m. He's asleep. You should be asleep, but you're lying there and your brain won't stop.
He only ate for 7 minutes. Was that enough? His breathing sounds a little different. Is it different from last night? My friend's baby's already sleeping through the night. Mine isn't. Am I doing something wrong? Is something wrong with my baby?
And we already talked what happens if you Google it. So open AI instead. Type exactly what's inside your head, not a formal question, just what's actually there. My baby only ate for 7 minutes. Now he's sleeping, and I can tell if that's okay. He seemed fine, but now I'm second guessing it. I'm also worried because earlier today he cried for 45 minutes and skipped his nap. Just say it, the messy, exhausted 3 a.m. version. AI will not diagnose your baby, but it will do something that 3 a.m. Google will absolutely not do for you. It will tell you what normal feeding duration looks like at your baby's age. It will help you understand what satisfied cues looks like, and it will tell you when a short feeding is something to watch for. And more than any of that, it will interrupt the loop. The spiral happens when your brain has no information. The spiral is not a sign that you're weak, anxious, or doing something wrong. It's what a brain does when it loves someone so much and it has nothing to hold on to. AI gives you that. AI gives you something so your brain can hold on to. And when AI says, based on what you said, this is the normal range for a baby this age, your brain can actually do something it couldn't 2 minutes ago. It can rest. You're still calling the doctor in the morning. You're still trusting your instincts. You're still the parent. Nothing of that changes. But you're getting from 3 a.m. to 9 a.m. without 6 hours of spiraling in your head. And if you have ever been a parent before, you know that this is worth everything. Now let me talk about something that happens in a very regular hour, in a very official setting, where you think you should have it together. And you don't, because nobody does, and we just don't say that part. You've had a week. Things happen. He did a thing he wasn't sure on Tuesday, and then there was a rash on Thursday. There were feeding questions, sleeping questions, a moment when he cried differently, and you made a mental note to ask about it. The doctor walks in, your mind just goes blank. You get 15 minutes, you ask one question, and you walk out. As soon as you get in the car, you start remembering everything you didn't ask. And now you're going to spend the next week worrying about the one specific question you forgot to ask about. Just brain dump everything before any appointment. Every worry, every weird thing, every question you were embarrassed to say it out loud. Then type, help me turn this into a set of questions and flag anything that needs a follow-up. You walk in, you have an actual list, you ask all your questions, and you walk out with actual answers. I use this every time we have a pediatrician appointment, and my kids are toddlers already. If you want to see a great example, just check episode 1 of AI for Parents. Link is over there. And there's something else about the newborn phase that most people tell you about, but you don't quite get it until you're inside of it. It's not just a tiredness. There's something that is heavier than that. It's all the tiny decisions you have to make throughout your day. Do I wake him to feed or not? Should I call the doctor or wait till tomorrow morning? Should I try a different swaddle? Every single one of these feels like it matters. But when you're making 50 of those tiny decisions every single day on no sleep, you hit a quiet wall where even small things feel heavy, where you will give anything for anyone to come to you and tell you what is the right decision to make. Not because you're incapable, but because you are completely exhausted. Here's what I want you to build. I call it the default document. You sit down once in a moment of a little bit more clarity and you work through your recurring decisions. You tell AI, I want a simple decision guide for the next few weeks. Because let's be honest here, babies are changing every single day. Here's our routine. Here's what our pediatrician recommends. Here are our preferences. Help me build defaults for the decisions I face every day so I'm not starting from zero every time. And you end up with your plan based on your baby and your situation. If he's been sleeping for less than 2 hours, but is showing some hunger cues, this is your approach. If he's been crying for the last 45 minutes, and you try feeding him, putting him to a nap, and nothing works, you try this first. And if it's been more than 5 hours that he's been asleep without any feeding during the day, you wake him. These are decisions that you have already thought about. You just wrote them down. So at 3 a.m., when you're going crazy about what you should decide, you have a starting point. Past you helping present you is the most generous thing you can do for yourself right now. All of this is practical and I hope it helps. But I want to end on something different, because the most important thing I have to say has nothing to do with tips or tricks. It has to do with something that is generally missing from how we do parenting nowadays. There's something that happens when you have a newborn that I don't think gets named the right way. You get so much advice. Books, apps, pediatricians, relatives, Instagram. Everyone has the right method. Everyone has the perfect schedule. And almost none of it fits your baby. Because your baby didn't read the book. He's a specific, completely individual human with his own patterns and preferences. He's not the average baby on the study. He's yours. And I want to say something specifically for new moms here, because the anxiety of this phase hits differently when you're the one who had to go through pregnancy and birth and now is the one who is supposed to know everything. You're not just sleep deprived. You are recovering physically. You're watching your identity shift in real time. You're navigating everyone's opinion about how you should be doing this right now. And underneath all that, there's this very specific, quiet fear. What if I'm not enough? What if I'm missing something and I don't even know it? What if I'm not a good mom? That fear is not a sign that something's wrong with you. That fear is what happens when you love someone this much and you don't have the structure that you were supposed to have around you. Because we were not designed to do this alone. Humans have always raised babies in groups. Grandmothers, aunties, neighbors, a whole network of people who had already done this multiple times and were there at 3 a.m. Not because they were paid to be, because that's how it worked. The village always knew your specific baby, not the average study baby, but your baby, because they were there for all of it. Most of us don't have that anymore. We are raising our babies in our own house with information from apps and strangers on the internet that don't know our baby. AI does not replace that village. It's not your grandmother. AI is not going to hold your baby so you can sleep a little bit more. It does not look you in the eye and say, "You're doing fine. I've seen this several times. You're doing great." Nothing replaces that. Nothing. But here's what AI can do for you. Give you a thinking partner for organizing everything you know about your child. Because after weeks watching him, feeding him, figuring him out, you already know a lot about your child. You only need a place to organize that. So open AI and type, "I want to build a personal guide about my baby." Not general advice. What actually works for him. What we've learned. What his patterns look like. Build it with me and let me add it to it over time. You add to it in fragments. A few minutes during a feeding, 2 minutes while he's in the bowser. It grows slowly. And 3 things happen. First, practical. You have something to share with anyone who's gonna watch him. This is who he is and this is what works. Second, and more important, it starts to feel like evidence. Evidence that you do know your baby. That all of these weeks in the fog, that all of those nights that you were just guessing, you were actually figuring him out. You were paying attention this whole time. It just wasn't written down yet. And lastly, and the fun one, in the future, you can print it as a book and give it to your not so young anymore child. AI is not a village, but it fills a small piece that is missing. The calm voice at 3 a.m., the pattern recognition, the place to ask the question that you're too embarrassed to ask anyone at that hour. It's something. And when you're in this phase, something matters more than you think. And if you're a parent watching this, the fear that you feel is not a sign that you're doing anything wrong or that you don't know what to do. It's a sign that you love this tiny person more than you ever loved anyone else. But you're not as alone as 3 a.m. makes you feel. And you're not as lost as exhaustion makes you believe. You got this. And if this video helped you even a little bit, send it to someone who just had a baby or someone who's expecting. That's the best thing you can do for them and for this channel. I'll see you in the next one.